Greetings, fellow chemists. I am back, Jose Rodriguez, to present one of my labs with you guys. So this time we had to do the specific heat of aluminum. So what we had to do, of course, was start the virtual chem lab, select thermodynamics, and select the specific heat of aluminum. So for this lab, we had to start by picking up the aluminum sample from the balance pan and place the sample in the oven. We had to click on the oven door to close it, and the oven is set to 200 degrees Celsius. And the calorimeter has been filled with 100 milliliters of water, and the density of water at 25 degrees Celsius is 0.998 grams over milliliters. So we had to use the density of the water to determine the mass of water from the volume and record the volume of mass in the data table. So here's our data table of aluminum right here. So we had to figure out the mass of the metal in grams, which was 7.0724 grams. And then we had to figure out the volume of the water in milliliters, which was 100. And then we had to figure out the mass of water in grams, which was 99.8. Then the initial temperature of water in Celsius, which was 24.99 degrees Celsius. And the max temp of water plus metal, which was 27.29 degrees Celsius. So after the data table, after we write down our information, we had to calculate the change in temperature of the water. So for that one, we had to subtract 27.29 degrees Celsius, which is the max temp of water, plus the metal, subtracting 24.99, which is the initial temperature of water. And after you subtract it, we did 2.3 degrees Celsius. Then we had to move on and calculate the heat in Q, which in J, gained by the water using the following equation. So here's the following equation of heat, which was Q water equals M water times T water times C water. And the given water is 4.184 joules. So after figuring out and inputting all my information into the formula, I came out to a conclusion that it is 960.3953 joules. After that, we had to move on and calculate the changes in temperature of the aluminum. So what I did for that one was subtract 27.29, once again being the max temperature of water plus the metal in Celsius, minus 200, which is the oven was set to 200 degrees Celsius. And my answer was 172.71, so that was the changes in temperature. After that, we had to remember that the heat gained by the water is equal to the heat lost by the metal. So we had to calculate specific heat of aluminum. So with the given formula right there. So with the given formula, I came into the conclusion that C aluminum equals 0.786 joules over kilograms. And last but not least, we had to calculate the percent error in the specific heat value that you determined experimentally. The accepted value for aluminum is 0.903 joules over kilograms times grams. Kilos times grams. So the percent error formula is percent error equals absolute value brackets, your answer minus the expected answer, over the expected answer times 100. So I inputted 0.786 as my answer and the expected answer as 0.903 as given, over 0.903 times 100. And I came to a conclusion that is 12.96. Thank you.